I noticed from a social media perspective, you're really into Blue Sky. I see you have butterflies behind you. I'm not sure if there's any connection there, but they've
I do have some cool butterflies. I have a morpho, really some cool butterflies here all over the office.
yeah. But
Yeah.
it's replaced your blue tick. You haven't signed up yet. Who knows if
Wait, did
you
they take away my blue tick?
it's gone, man. Yeah, yeah. You've Elon's sent a rocket
Oh,
up, and it's gone now. You're a man of the people.
I'm a
But
man of the people.
it's
I
an
paid him
interesting
like
platform.
$8. I paid that guy $8, and he took my blue check mark away. Oh well.
It may be in review if you have paid, but I was lucky enough to get one of the beta invites from Jay, and it does look
Mhm.
super interesting. Obviously, it's a different type of social platform in that it's moving away from platforms and and moving into something else all entirely, right? But what are your thoughts on Blue Sky, and do you think there is space for another social media amongst big tech? Because you got Facebook, Twitter, there's
Yeah, yeah.
everything, right?
So my journey in Blue Sky is a little bit interesting. So full disclosure, I actually am an advisor to the project, and essentially, I have been personally funding decentralized internet, decentralized web, decentralized communication sort of protocol things since about 2017. So some of the thinking and some of the one of the core devs, Paul Frazee, his prior project, Beaker Browser and the related DAT protocol, now the Hyper protocol, those things are all developed at Beaker, which is something that I was funding. And so I actually on my GitHub I have a write up called the Web We Lost, and it's a lot of my thinking at that time in 2017. And I've been going to these decentralized web camps and things that are run by the Internet Archive. I've been going to those for years. I've given some lightning talks about how decentralization is actually the wrong topic, orthogonality is the correct thing to be talking about, not decentralization. Um, and so there's been, even prior to, I think, last fall when Elon bought Twitter, all of a sudden everyone discovered like, oh, decentralization is a thing or
Yeah.
whatever. But I've been pushing on this for a very long time personally. I'm also on the board of the Center for Humane Technology. And so that's been, very critical of social media and the attention economy and the race to the bottom of the brainstem and all these things. And so for many years now, I have had a personal perspective, a philosophic perspective as a technologist and also as a humanist into what the Web 2.0, let's say centralized client server, social media communication attention platform experience has done to people.
Mm.
And so the things I've been funding are architecturally, as a technologist, designed to actually deconstruct all of that. So the point isn't to build a replacement for Twitter, it's to actually transform the technical landscape of how sort of this particular modality of human interaction and communications could be supported in a way that's fundamentally locked open. That's a term we use, right, in this kind of space. It's
Yeah.
not just about, oh, we built this thing and then we'll be nice and throw everyone a bone and give you an open protocol thing. No, we want to actually build it from the ground up. Core principles, the architecture of this is open protocols, open formats, so that you don't have to rely on somebody running a server at some DNS, like some IP address that can then be taken offline, that can be blocked, that can be spoofed, that can be whatever, right? There's a lot of the stuff that happens that if you think about it all the way down, you actually, there's a lightning talk I gave back in January 2017, actually. And I said, look, we actually have to basically destroy the internet because
Yeah.
the internet was designed to be a connectivity network of computers. It was not designed to be the substrate for rich, trustful human networks. It just so happened that if humans rent identities through, let's say, an ISP or an email provider, then you can sort of loosely proxy one on top of the other, but you still do not have trustful connection and communications. So the point of Blue Sky really is to build around this protocol concept. And it is really about the protocol, not the app. So you'll see people talking about app protocol. You'll see a
Yes.
lot of GitHub projects popping up now, people trying to implement things that are compatible with the protocol, extending it, doing alternative feed mechanisms, doing all sorts of other kinds of things. And that's really it's sort of like the same way that the NCSA Mosaic was the first web browser. It wasn't meant to be like the app. It was meant to be one possible client on top of this new protocol called HTTP and a format called HTML. And that's what really Blue Sky is, as opposed to all these other things, if that makes any sense.
No, that makes perfect sense. There seems to be a lot of hype around it, so it'll be interesting to see where it goes and that whole ecosystem.
It's amazing. It's really amazing to me. Last night I tweeted, right. I was like, "Oh, I've got some invites," and I swear all of Brazil lit up into my DMs. I mean, it was
Me
like
too. I've given away so many. Yeah, yeah.
it's crazy. Yeah.
Hey, thanks for watching this YouTube video. If you want to see more like this, please remember to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.